Hello, and welcome to another fantastic episode of ScreenBugs. I'm Kai.
I'm Justin.
And today we are looking at the 2026 film Supergirl. So for those new to this podcast, we review films, but not just any films. What's our rule, Justin?
Well, our rule is, Kai, that we will review any kind of film from any kind of year, any genre, any director, but we can only review films that feature or contain or relate in any sort of way to bugs. Hence why we're outside in the wilderness.
Yes, it's very lovely. It's a very lovely day, sunny day to be doing this. So we're looking at Supergirl.
Yes.
Today, I forgot the director's name completely. So hopefully Justin can get that for me.
The director, I'm not cutting this out. The director is Craig Gillespie. How would you pronounce that? Giuseppe.
Craig Gillespie, I think. Craig Gillespie. So this is a very new film, so spoilers. We're going to be talking about the film. Spoilers. If you've not seen it, go watch it, come back and give us a listen. So, Justin, are you familiar with Supergirl in any way?
Can I just say, talking about go watch it, a lot of people have not gone to watch it. This film has quite dramatically underperformed. It's not profited.
No, as is the sad case with any female-led superhero film.
That's the thing, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, a lot, but there was a lot of very immediate negative criticism of this film, and I think that in itself probably had a detrimental effect on the ticket sales, as well as the fact that it is a female protagonist. I mean, is it safe to say that comic book movie audiences are predominantly male?
I would like, it's comic books, it's your typical fat nerd, you know, so seeing a woman on screen does not bode well with these people, sadly. And a lot of the criticism for this film has been really unfair, I think. So hopefully when we talk about it today, we can kind of not clear the air, like we're not the big opinion that we should listen to. You should listen to us. But,
listen here, fuckers. We've got degrees.
We're qualified to talk about this film. A lot of unfair criticism. So I'd like to get to talk about this film in a nice, objective kind of, subjective kind of level. Are you familiar with Supergirl? Are you a big superhero kind of person?
I'm not the biggest superhero person. I was definitely part of the massive culture who was following Marvel, leading up to Infinity War. Yeah. I was around for that. After that, I didn't see as much Marvel stuff. DC, I've seen dramatically little of. And Supergirl, I knew of as a character, I think. Yeah. But I'd never had the slightest urge to watch any Supergirl media. I hadn't even watched any Superman media until the newest Superman.
Oh, really?
But it impressed me so much, the newest Superman, that I thought, okay, I'm along for the ride. Let's see what Supergirl's like. Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a big DC fan. I've always been into... My dad got me into Batman. He's always collected comics. I've always liked Batman and Superman to that extent. So I'm pretty much sat down for most DC films, to be fair. I'm usually there. So I was excited for this when it was announced, and excited to see Supergirl because she was in the end of Superman as well. So I was definitely... That nice setup was needed, I think, to get me excited for this film.
It did a good job of setting up, I think.
And I will say off the bat, Millie Alcock is a fantastic Supergirl. She has had some unfair criticism. She's so good in this film.
Talk about, and I'm going to say the P word, perfect casting. Perfect casting, I would say.
She is a fantastic Supergirl. She brings the energy. She brings the kind of badass, cool factor, I think. And she's such a different character to Superman as well, which is fantastic. Like, Supergirl is not like your Boy Scout. She's like this kind of like drunken, bit of a mess kind of. And Millie Alcock does this fantastically. And a big criticism that confused me about this film is that people are like, oh, she's not pretty enough. One, what the fuck are you on about? She is quite beautiful. And two, a whole point of the film, and for most of the film, is that she looks like shit. That's the point. And I think people are
No one will be saying this about a male lead superhero. No one's going to be like, he can't play Batman, he's not nearly pretty enough. No one's going to say that. No one gives a shit.
No, it's true.
It's just the classic comic book movie audience trope that an audience on screen, unless I can see lots of your body and it's exactly how I want it to look, why am I in the cinema? And
it's really sad that this film has underperformed, because it is, in my opinion, it is a good film. It's well put together. But because it's done badly, because people have not seen it, the big takeaway for executives is going to be, let's not make any more of these because this is not what the people want. Which is ridiculous. Which is
so sad. And I have seen so many people almost not watch it because of the criticism, go in and watch it and think, what are people on about?
Yeah, I know we've talked about this before, but honestly, like, I don't listen to critics, or I'm at the point where if I want to see a film, I'll go see it. I'll watch the first trailer maybe. After that, I don't see anything on it. I'll just go watch it because criticism. I mean, I know we're film critics.
Critics are knobheads.
We are critics, but listen, you can listen to us. We're good. We're the good ones.
Yeah.
Critics just don't let that form your opinion. Go watch the film. If you've got any interest in it, go watch it. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, you didn't enjoy it. Best case scenario, you've just had a lovely time. Like, you know.
There have been genuinely so many films where I love the trains passing. I'm so excited.
We're not far from a train station. I hope people can't guess our location based off the train.
The frequencies. There's so many films that I have almost not watched because of bad criticism, ended up going to watch and then disliked. Even there was a film recently called 500 Miles. I looked on Rotten Tomatoes. It wasn't looking good.
500, like the song? Is it like a biopic?
You know what? No. But it is about some... Yeah, I'm not going to the plot of it, but it's called 500 Miles. Go watch it if you like. It's got the kid from Jojo Rabbit growing up in it.
Really?
And on Rotten Tomatoes, it wasn't very positive, so I was like, I might give it a miss, but I went because I was bored and I love the cinema. And it was the first film this year to make me cry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and it all goes to say that obviously you're here for our charm and our wit and charisma.
And I love
but if you should never go to a critic for the sake of their opinion.
Like, they're not. It's subjective. Everything's
subjective.
You know.
And also, I think you get to a certain point in the film industry, whether you're a critic or a filmmaker, Quentin Tarantino, where you get so full of yourself that you think you've discovered the objective taste.
If you've not.
And you've not.
Like, so yeah, go watch the film. Come back, listen to this episode. I love this film was great. I love the. I think this film starts quite strong with a really funny death. I don't know how you thought when the family farm, like this like blacksmith family, their house is being raided by the villain, and there's this kid and he's like listening to like headphones and he's like jamming out in his room. And the family's terrified and he doesn't know this is going on. And he fucking like jumps out with his sister, goes, rah! And then gets like fucking, does he get like shot or stabbed or something in the back and dies? I mean, and the whole thing goes to shit.
God.
The whole family. This is like the big driving plot point. I audibly laughed in cinemas. And I think that sets the tone nicely.
It's a grueling start.
It is a grueling start, yeah.
A little girl watched her entire family get murdered and house burnt down in the space of
it's like
10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it sets the tone for the film quite nicely because
it does.
Like the film doesn't take itself very seriously. There's serious moments, but overall, like it's a comic book film. Like go read a comic. Like they're quite silly sometimes. Like please go pick up a book. They're not like dark, gritty. Like this isn't Batman.
This is a film that gets the tonal balance pretty spot on, I would say.
What do you think of the villain whose name has escaped me? What do you think of him? What's his name? Get it up. Get it up.
K something.
We've got it like written down because we've got shit memories. Creme. What do you think of Creme as a villain?
Creme. So I've seen a lot of bad criticism for Creme. I would agree that Creme isn't one of my favourite elements of the film, but I think he was an efficient villain, well played. He, was intimidating in the role. You could tell that he had some power, especially because he was able to, he has kryptonite, he has the poison. I think he was an efficient villain, if not one of the main standouts of the film.
See, I kind of feel really strangely about him because I think that the performance that was given to him was fantastic. Like the guy playing him did such a good job. He's kind of like, he's a little bit silly. Like he does this like little giggle.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit unserious, but he's menacing. He's physically imposing. He's like a threat. I don't think he's a particularly memorable villain. I think he's quite bland. But I enjoyed him in this film. I wasn't sitting like, I can't wait for this guy to appear again. I can't, But when he was on screen, he was really good. And I think he did a good job of playing it.
And I feel like he's not got some outrageous runtime in the film.
No.
He's there appropriate amount. It's a good performance, and it really allows the central element of the film to be, getting to know this version of Supergirl.
Yeah, he's there because the film needs an antagonist rather than like the whole kind of a bigger driving point, I'd say, is the relationship between Supergirl and Rufy.
Yeah.
I think it's a kind of like, almost like a kind of like, I don't want to say coming of age because it's not.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm kind of getting at, where it feels like a very like sisterly kind of friend bond.
The centre is them, and also Supergirl, who perhaps is a bit of a reckless compared to Superman, because she's going to be in the next Superman film.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be the younger, more reckless one, but then she has to take on this role of the one who's got to get them out of the situation.
I did like that they sprinkle in David Cornsweet a lot as Superman in this film. He appears kind of every now and again as like in like video or in like flashbacks.
And that's it. It's not a cheap cameo. It has a purpose, and they weren't overindulgent. They just got it right.
No, they really. He's there to show the contrast, and I think it really works. But also, I really like David Cornsweet's Superman.
Same.
He's so good.
And just to decide, I am so excited for the next Man of Tomorrow film.
I will be there seated for that.
I want to see those type of films together. It's just all my body wants to have to see
they have a really nice dynamic. Like Kara and Cal have a really great polar opposites. They feel like they're family, but they feel estranged as well. And I really like that kind of like, we get to see that she's not Superman. She's got the costume. Yeah. She's got her costume, but she doesn't wear it. She just refuses to wear it because it's not her.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think it would have seemed strange and out of character if she was wearing it the whole time.
Yeah, I really like that for most of the film she's in this big baggy trench coat. I really like that.
So I hope that is a continual thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it just does suit her better than the actual costume, I think.
Yeah. What do you think of Krypto then? We've talked about Superman.
I love Krypto. Great. I was confused because obviously he's Superman's dog in the Superman film and then Supergirl's dog, but now it's like it was established that he was like looking after the dog.
Yeah, he was like dog sitting for her.
Which I like. I'm quite content with the fact that they both have significant roles in both of these films. I like Krypto.
He's the kind of plot point behind because he gets like poisoned early on.
Yeah,
doesn't he? And the whole plot is that they've got 3 days to go save him before he dies, which I think is a fantastic like way to get the plot moving, but also because Krypto was very heavily featured in Superman, they kind of sidelining him a bit for this film and let the newer elements shine.
Well, that's the thing, and it's I've heard that the threat wasn't big enough. That was a criticism I've seen quite a lot. But not every film needs Thanos. Not every film needs, the multiverse.
I think people are so used to, I think Marvel as well, because of this whole big cinematic universe, everyone's so used to superhero films like having massive big plots, which is fine, but again, read a comic. They're not all big world-ending threats. A lot of the time a comic run is you've got the villain and he might not be the big villain, it's just trying to stop him, and that's what this film is. This film felt like a comic run, which is good. I think that's what you want to do in a comic film is you want to make it feel like a run of comics. That's
it, yeah. I think even though James Gunn didn't write or direct this, obviously he's the creative head of DC at the moment, or DCU. And I think that's something he understands. You don't need the Avengers level threat every time.
No.
You can have a girl from Superman's planet who wants to save a dog.
Yeah.
And that, for me, had me so much more immediately involved because it almost takes you out of it if it's a world-ending thing because it's going to be fine at the end.
Well, yeah, this is the thing about like this world-ending threat plot is that we get in comic book films is that if every film has a world-ending threat, by the time you do the big team-up with the universe-ending threat, it doesn't feel as punchy because it's not as... It's like we've seen this before.
But if it's like this is someone who wants to save the dog who's going to die in a couple of days, that's suddenly so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Because it's not unthinkable for it to not go to plan.
Yeah.
The stakes are the stakes feel more personal and more grounded, and therefore higher.
I think personal stakes are a big thing that a lot of superhero films miss. I like that. I like that. So after Krypto gets poisoned, we're sent on our hero's journey. I really love the scene on the bus.
Yeah.
We've got this scene where because Supergirl is her powers come and go based off the sun. Yeah. She can't fly about at the moment, so they have to take the bus, and we get this fantastic scene of like this on this alien bus, and there's some great practical aliens. I think
Seth Rogen cameo.
Yeah, we get fucking this little fucking Seth Rogen alien who just appears, and I had to like double take because obviously I'm not expecting him, and you get this bus driver, and this little fucking guy appears, and it's just Seth Rogen doing his Seth Rogen voice, and it's delightful. Like it works.
I had the tiniest sliver of uncertainty going in because of all the criticism, right? And it was the bus scene that made me realise, no, they're all wrong. This is going to be fucking fantastic. Just for the first part, I love a collection of weird little creatures. Yeah. And you know this, anyone who's heard the podcast knows this. Same reason I love the Muppets, Labyrinth, The Legend of Oshi, love it all. The same reason I loved...
Have you seen The Dark Crystal?
No.
You must go watch it today.
I've heard I would love it. Yeah. I love Doctor Who, and I love when they go to an alien planet. I've not seen much Star Wars, but when I watch Mandalorian and Grogu, I love a bunch of little creatures. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
So they're on a bus full of random aliens, and I'm so sorry to do this, because this is a potentially mainstream audience for this episode, but let me just say...
Go crazy.
It felt very... Doctor Who, this scene, because she's a reckless, like, she's just this mad woman. She doesn't really want to be there. She's there
any excuse for
some personal stakes on an adventure, right? And then because this girl's got herself in trouble and is on this bus with her, she's like, fine, she's with me. And then she's like, she's kind of low-key, but she's like, okay, I've got a plan. Then even though she's so unserious, she just gets on with it and just sorts this situation out. It felt very... It scratched all the same itches as one of the best, like a top tier Doctor Who episode for me.
I think it was what you're looking for in a film as well.
That's it.
I really weird creatures. I mean, yeah, they are, and I think that's one thing that I like that the film does, is that a lot of times when a film is set in space or another planet, and a lot of the aliens are like blue human, yellow human, whereas this film, a lot of the aliens, they look fucking weird.
So
creative. They're like they got bits popping out and weird like mandibles and shit, and it works. And this is my big complaint actually, is that the villain, sadly, he's an alien. He's just a guy with piercings. He's a normal human. If he looked fucked up, I think they should have made him look weirder. But I do like that on the bus we've got these weird, like there's this one like smoking a fucking hookah, and there's ones like little...
All of the designers, art, makeup departments, CGI department, all of that side of this production, like, deserve the mightiest pat on the back. Like, there are some incredible designs of creatures in this film. It's ridiculous.
Like and again, sadly, when the bus gets hijacked by these like cool like space pirates. Yeah. Sadly, the space pirates are just like blue human, yellow human. Sadly, but
I assume it'll be more expensive to have one of the more abstract ones.
Yeah, I think when you've got an action sequence, if you've got someone in heavy prosthetic makeup, that's when it gets tricky. So I can understand from a practical point of view, and I did like these pirates. I like that they kind of like jump around, like glitch around, because they're little. Yeah. They've got these little spider robots, which is one of the reasons You telling me, like, before I watched the film, you're like, there might be a bug in it. We can probably salvage something. There's a good few. There's like these little spider robots. Crypto chases a bug.
I don't know if they were more crab-like.
I'd say they're spidery. But there's that weird like popcorn shitting bug later as well.
That was the main one I was thinking of.
there's some good alien bugs in this film.
Oh, I love it. I just love it.
So but yeah, this sequence is great, and then we've got this fight, because like, I like that even though Kara is powerless, she still fights. She still, anyway, like, even though she's not as powerful, she still gives it a go. I think that's really telling of her character, and I really like that aspect of it.
And it takes you back to the first scene in the bar where Rufy's sword is stolen, and she just like, it's almost like fucking hell, someone's got to sort it out. So she just gets up, no powers. And when she starts bleeding on her head because she's been knocked to the ground, she's like, oh, look, I'm bleeding. Just this adaptation of Supergirl is just... I've never seen an adaptation of Supergirl.
There's not many.
But this one is just... she's the protagonist, and it just so happens that whenever she's on screen, I am like having the best time.
She's a great character, because even though she is powerless and she is a bit of a mess, she still tries. And I know that's a big drive of the film, is that she's trying to be good. They say it a lot, don't they? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be... what is it? You don't have, I can't remember the quote, but it's like you just have to try and be good. You don't have to be perfect, kind of thing. And I really like that.
And it's kind of the same mantra as the current Superman we've got. But obviously she mentions the differences, that he sees the best in everyone and she sees like reality.
The real,
Which, again, just...
Some great dialogue, I think.
Oh,
there's some really great bits from. I really like as well when we finally get that reveal of her, because they spend the first bit of the film, she doesn't have any powers, and we get that slow kind of like build up to her getting the yellow sun and getting her powers, and that's where it kicks off when she's flying around and showing off her strength. That's a great sequence.
I think they chose the right point in the film to do that as well. I think it's good that they started without powers, because it allowed her to be grounded and to get to know her a bit better at first.
Yeah, it lets her be a character for a bit rather than just a superhero. I think.
Than being, and also such an overpowered superhero, which is what she realistically is. Okay, there's a few things I want to talk about, but I'm curious about what your thoughts on. Well, first let's talk about Rufy.
Okay.
What do you think about Rufy?
Good performance, I think.
By Eve Ridley.
Eve Ridley. Great performance from Eve Ridley, by the way. I don't know if she's been in anything else, and I've not seen her in anything else.
Yeah.
Really good. Weird character. I liked her, but I don't think she was particularly interesting and did very much, sadly.
Yeah.
I like how she works, how she bounces off of Supergirl. I like their dynamic, and I like it when they've got scenes together.
Yeah.
But she's not
love
much.
This train.
I don't think she's much of a character without Supergirl, sadly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like she didn't feel as three-dimensional as Supergirl. I don't know, it worked well because I think she works great as a function for Supergirl's character arc.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but again, she's out of the three biggest, I guess, protagonist roles. And I say three, there's a third one that's kind of like, we'll get to him. Not even a protagonist, he's like just there.
Yeah.
But I think he and Millie take it. Like, they take it. I think Rufy's
She's
not
a secondary character, I think.
Like, I'm not desperate to see her return. Like, I'm not desperate.
I like that she was in this. I like the purpose that she served. But now that she served it, I'm not like, give me more Rufy. Unless they do more with her. Like, there's potential because she's like the daughter of like a renowned blacksmith, and she's got this really cool sword. Like, there's something there. But we didn't see it in this film, sadly.
I think her strongest point is when she's in and breaking out of the prison cell.
Later on in the film, like the
that's
third
her
act
strongest
is
point.
where she
really picks up. And shall we talk? I know we're being a bit disjointed, but should we talk about Lobo?
I think we have to talk about Lobo because Jason Momoa has been gunning for this role for so long. This is his dream role.
I've heard this recently, but I didn't know about this. But apparently, he has a history of being like a fan cast for Lobo.
Yeah, he's been the biggest fan cast since Aquaman. So obviously he was Aquaman. He was a great Aquaman. People have been like, oh, he would be Lobo. He looks a lot like, he's got the personality down. And yeah, they gave it to him in this film, and he does it really well. And I will say, my big thing, Lobo did not need to be in this film at all. But
God, was he fun.
Yeah, I'm glad he was. He was really good. I think he got a nice charisma. He played the character well. My only thing about the film, I don't know if you agree, he plays Lobo the exact same way he plays his character in Minecraft.
I was thinking that. It's the same character, but he's got powers. And you know what? What's his name in Minecraft?
Garrett.
If Garrett had the strength and kit of Lobo, he would just be Lobo.
I reckon Minecraft 2, they give him a motorbike, they let him just be Lobo in Minecraft 2.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that.
I'm glad you agree, because that was my one thing sitting in the cinemas. I was like, that's just the guy from Minecraft.
Yeah, but I think realistically what that really is I think those two characters are just probably more aligned with Jason Momoa's personality.
I think so,
than
yeah.
Aquaman
I think it's just him. Yeah. He was a good Aquaman. I like the Aquaman films.
I've actually seen one of them. I've not seen much DC, but I've seen one of the Aquamans.
I think they're great. I really like them.
How many are there?
Two.
I
just gave you the middle finger.
You bastard. I think I've seen the second one.
I've seen the first one, but not the second one. They were good though. I like the first one.
Oh, either way.
But yeah, he's a good addition. He doesn't do much. They set him up, and they're like, because they're in this, they go to this like, basically like, what is it, like sex traffic planet essentially?
Yeah.
And there's like this big. I love that sequence, the bar fight sequence.
Oh, amazing.
The little like, I love when action's out of focus. They do it in Superman.
It's also the classic super powered arm wrestle where it's like someone who looks weak is like, alright, arm wrestle. It was in The Fly. Yeah. It happened in The Fly. That's what it brought me back to.
You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make the payoff any less.
And I'm sorry, if I'm some massive built bastard and this little person's coming up to me like arm wrestle me and they're confident, I'm like, no,
something's wrong here. You gotta.
No, I'm leaving now. Take what you want.
But yeah, this bar sequence, we really get to see like Supergirl's powers. Like, she just fucks those guys up, and it's great.
For real.
I'm there for it, and the out of focus action's great.
Yeah.
Obviously, after this point, we get Lobo, but I love the sprinklings of action we see because they do it really well. Like, Supergirl is strong, she's confident, she doesn't hold back either. She's like grabbing people, slamming them into walls, into tables, lasering them. It's great.
She's more brutal than Superman.
She's not as bothered about people's well-being as Superman.
She don't give a shit.
Like Superman was saving squirrels from being crushed, whereas she's like lasering dudes. Like,
she would not be safe. To be fair, she'd be more like to save a squirrel than like an ordinary person, I feel like.
I think so, yeah.
I think she likes animals, and for some reason she likes Rufy. Probably because she's like a...
Well, I like her and Rufy's relationship because it seems like she doesn't fully like Rufy, but she's there for it. Like,
I think she sees a young person who has the potential not to be tainted as intensely by her grief as she was.
I think that's a big thing. She's not like helping her because she's all good and she sees it as like an obligation. She's helping her so that she doesn't end up like her.
It's self-therapy, I think, therapeutic for her.
I really like that as well. Everything on this planet I really like as well. I love the flashback sequences.
Yeah, let's talk about the flashback sequences. I feel like for me, because I'm not a comic book person and I sort of don't really care about the backstory of these characters, for me it just took me out of a film I was really enjoying.
Really?
So I could see it. I was like, I understand what they're doing here and it looks good, and I'm sure for a proper like comic book head, this is really doing the trick. But for me, those were my least favourite parts of the film.
Really? I think they come in at the right points because they really break up the narrative nicely.
That is true.
And it's good to know how, because obviously we know Superman's backstory and we know of Supergirl, and obviously we need to make that connection of how did Supergirl survive what we know is the destruction of Krypton. Yeah. So I think it's really interesting because it's different as well. It's not the same as Superman. Like, we've got this city, which is in the comics. This is all a comic book thing. So the city being separate. So my fun bit of trivia is in a lot of the comics, there's another villain called Brainiac, who I reckon we'll see at some point in one of these films.
I feel like Brainiac's been casted.
Oh, really?
I feel like it.
That's interesting.
I'll fact check whilst you talk.
Brainiac collects like cities and stuff. So he shrinks down that city and has it as part of his collection, and that's like a big thing for both Supergirl and Superman. Go on, you've got your phone
So
up.
Brainiac will be the primary antagonist of the Superman Supergirl crossover film.
So he might have have the city then.
Yes.
He might in his collection. I hope they do that. I hope they do that in the film. I'm excited for that.
Who's playing Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow?
ChatGPT, tell me everything.
Just so you know, I'm not on ChatGPT. Lars Edinger.
I don't know who
Do you recognise him? I don't recognise him.
He looks scary.
He looks like he could play Elon Musk.
That's an insult. Poor guy.
No, I don't know. Not in a mad. No, Hollywood Elon Musk. Either way.
Elon Musk. Don't say that.
Hollywood Elon Musk.
Hollywood Elon. I think he said a hot Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd say that. Oh, if you're watching Elon Musk, fuck you. We hate you.
Yeah, fuck you, Elon Musk. But also, don't sue us.
What would he sue us? How would he sue us?
Probably because of the last episode. No.
It's our opinion. We can get away with saying shit because it's our opinion. We can get away with that.
Let's keep pushing the verges of what can legally be said. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
Back to Supergirl. Lobo's great. I like the whole action sequence. I like that Lobo has a similar goal to Supergirl because he's got the bounty on the other, whatever the bandit-y guy is. So they're kind of like shared goal, I think is fun. Yeah. That means that they can do the action sequences together. And they are great action sequences when there's a lot going on. I like that, it's great. I like the action sequences. I like that we've got the flashbacks. They're great as well. I'm just trying to remember where we are in the film.
I'm just like thinking about all these different things because I just had the thought that I really want to have a Lobo film.
We'll probably get one or a series.
I think we'll get one.
What did you think of Supergirl chugging milk? What do you think of? Do you drink milk? Are you a milk drinker?
You know what? I fear and I believe that I may, without knowing my entire life, be lactose intolerant, and yet I drink milk. because it doesn't feel good afterwards. But I have Weetabix for breakfast most days.
I'm an avid milk drinker, and I get a lot of shit from it from people I know because they're not milk drinkers.
Yeah, I couldn't just drink some milk, if I'm honest.
I do like a good glass of milk.
I mean, I have black coffee. I have herbal tea with no milk.
Really?
I'm just not the target audience for
I'd
milk.
be worried if you were drinking herbal tea with milk. Herbal tea's not a milk.
But I mean, I don't drink English tea. I don't drink milky teas.
I
go for herbal tea because it's,
I get you. That makes sense.
But I'm an Americano guy. I don't do milk.
I like that they do spend a lot of this film making sure that Supergirl is not overpowered.
Yeah.
They give, obviously we've got the kryptonite later on, but they give her this poison, and it kind of makes it so that she's not going to wipe the floor with everyone, which I think is really clever to kind of just take her down a little notch for now, so we can have her at full power later on.
There's a risk of what's their species called?
Kryptonians.
Kryptonians. How did I guess that? That's wicked. I mean, I probably heard it in the film, but it was subconsciously there. But that's the thing with these lot, is because they are just so powerful. I mean, I don't know, because I've not seen... There's been a lot of Superman films, but I feel like it probably is the most difficult part of writing a Superman film, that you need it to be a threat with stakes.
Yeah.
Which obviously why Kryptonite exists.
Well, a lot of the Superman films usually have it so the threat is another Kryptonian, so that like the Snyder ones and the original ones, they had Zod, who is an evil Kryptonian who survived.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they usually power scale it quite well.
So then why is he Earthbound?
What, Superman?
Yeah.
Because he likes Earth. It's his home. He just wants to... He'll fight like... Is there bugs flying around you and bothering you? He just likes Earth. That's his thing. He just likes Earth and its people.
There is a lot of overlaps with Doctor Who, can I just say? I feel like there is some overlap.
Superman came first, I'm afraid, Justin.
But just the concept of, like, the alien home planet gets destroyed. They come to Earth because they just love Earth, and they're just trying to save the day. They've got their values. They try not to kill. Like,
I mean, the original Doctor Who writers probably did fuck with Superman a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah, probably.
They were like, what if he was British and...
What if he was British and, like, wore a fucking suit? And had a little police box, like, stop that.
I'm waiting for the time where we go an episode without bringing up Doctor Who.
You know what? Can I just say that Millie, if she hadn't just got this massive role, she could have been. If there's ever going to be a non-Brit to play the Doctor,
any excuse, isn't there?
So I can't.
You're wired. You're wired to it.
I'm going to hold this podcast back because it's not got the same appeal it did in 10 years ago. Anyway. Yeah.
So this film's great. I love the obviously after we go from this planet of like sex traders and stuff like that, which is very interesting. I like that we've got these, like, the stakes feel interesting because like the bad guys are so, like, usually when you get a villain it's like, oh, I'm evil, but now it feels like the villains are like sex traffickers. Yeah. It feels like a very different kind of evil, like, I feel. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
well, again, they don't have to be against... They don't need to be... There's something so unrelatable about I'm going to destroy the universe.
Yeah.
But sex traffickers...
Do you relate to the sex
traffickers? They are the real-life supervillains of the world.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're literally the Epstein class are the villains of this film.
Like, you get your audience to get behind the hero. Like, same with Superman, like, the villain just being, like, a billionaire who... is kind of, and Superman's villain was basically Jeff Bezos in Israel, which I think was fascinating. And this film's villain is just Epstein, which I think is great. You got to get your audience behind the superhero.
I like it, and it grounds it in reality. How do you make a Kryptonian film relatable? You set it in an analogy of the very real modern day world.
What do you think of the final planet that we get onto with the two suns? I love it when we get a scene of a planet and it tells you what colour the sun is.
I like that.
I like that because you immediately know where Supergirl's going to be.
What's the power going to be?
And I love that with every planet, it immediately tells you, whereas this final planet...
Yeah.
She sets foot on the planet and the green sun comes up and then it tells you that it's got two suns that alternate. Yeah. I think that's so cool. And it's also a good way of letting Rufy do her own thing and kind of putting Supergirl on the sidelines.
And it gives her strongest part of the film.
Yeah, I think so. Because we get the big ship and Rufy gets captured and Lobo's also in prison on his own accord because he wanted to get captured.
Yeah.
And you get this great little sequence of Rufy kind of just like talking to Lobo for like the first time properly, but also realizing that she's got to get shit done on her own as well.
Yeah.
Which I think's great.
And Logo. Lobo becomes a sort of paternal as well. Like he sort of has a real fondness of Rufy.
They have a good dynamic that I wish we had more of, because they've got a good back and forth of like her like fighting people and doing shit. And instead of, whereas Supergirl's like, oh, don't fall into vengeance, Lobo's very much like, get him, kid, like kick their ass, you know.
I tell you what, as much as if there was another Supergirl film, it wouldn't need Rufy. A Lobo film with Rufy as a sidekick, I think that dynamic would work very, very well, actually.
It'd be like the dynamic in Minecraft, though, with the main kid.
It would be as well. That's exactly what it would be. Forget it. Forget it.
Just put Jason Momoa in films.
Jack Black is the Brainiac.
Jack Black as Brainiac.
Oh, God.
We should. I think we should get Jack Black as a villain in a superhero film. I think that's an untapped market.
I think...
Because he did Bowser well.
He's one of them just bastards who will just make you enjoy it.
I'm a sucker for Jack Black. I'd love to see evil, fucked up Jack Black in a film.
I want to see him have his, like, you know, Adam Sandler was the super comedic actor, then did Uncut Gems.
Dude, yeah!
Let's get Jack Black. Give him his Uncut Gems.
Give him his. I think that's the if you get comedic actor, you know, you've got Adam Sandler Uncut Gems, Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Give comedy actors their fucking serious roles. They'll do it. They'll do it well.
The same way comedy writers and directors make great horror.
Yeah.
Give him a go. Catherine Tate was a comedic actress until she was in Doctor Who, and she showed her range.
We need to get like a Doctor Who jar where you put like a pound in every time you mention Doctor Who on this show.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to pinch you. I'm going to give you a little tickle every time.
Can't help it.
But anyway. No, this final sequence, this third act of Supergirl, I think is where the film, for me, I think other than the bus sequence, because I really like that, I think this third act is where it shines, I think. Yeah. Except for one moment, which I will get to. There's one moment that I didn't like that much. But the whole fight on top of so once Supergirl regains her powers, and all three of them start fucking shit up on this ship. Great action sequence, really kinetic, and really, I love how we flash between the three characters, and they're kind of different. My mic fell off. Sorry, Justin. These are your expensive mics. Put it on my lap. They bounce around a lot. You've got Lobo fucking shit up on his motorbike, Supergirl fucking shit up by flying around and stuff, and then sadly Rufy is hanging off of a tank.
I do feel like here is where, because Krem?
Yeah, Krem of the Yellow Valley.
Krem is so much more central to this part of the film. His weaknesses do shine through a bit more.
I think Krem works as a villain in concept, but not as well in execution.
Yeah, I mean, for me it worked until the final act, where it's like very clearly they seem a lot more powerless now.
Yeah, he doesn't have that aura he had at the start, and yeah, he kind of loses
his... Supergirl with powers, Krem is just...
He's strong, but he's not that strong. He's not strong enough to go toe-to-toe and be memorable.
Yeah.
He kind of just, like, his aura carries him throughout a lot. Like, his kind of, like, the fact that he's bad, and he's bad in this way, and people talk about him is great. But then you kind of get to the fight, and he's not as powerful, really. Yeah. Sadly.
I would have liked to see... But again, it doesn't work because it's a Supergirl film. But what would have made him work better is if it's Rufy who works out a way to get him.
Yeah, I mean, we almost had that, didn't we?
It's kind of handed to her a bit.
But I will say, I know Krem is a bit of a weak villain, but I don't think that took me out of the film, because we get some good action sequences. And what do you think of the needle drop sequence with the music? Because there's a lot of contention around this online. What did you think?
I think the hate about that needle drop is the biggest overreaction I've seen in my life. Was there a song that might have worked better? Possibly. I think it was just good. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I wouldn't even say it was fine. I would say it was good.
Yeah.
I would say it was good, and it worked, and it had its tone, and it put you in a moment with Supergirl, and it was good.
I feel quite similarly. Right. Visually, that whole sequence was great. Yeah. The action sequence was fluid, it's punchy, you get to see some slow-mo shit, it's great, I liked it. The song, however, I think was terrible and did not fit at all. Yeah. But because of the nice visuals, I forgave it. Where I think they could have used a better song, maybe something a bit more upbeat, and I know the song makes sense thematically and that, but if you're going to do an action sequence, rarely does a slow song work, and you've had it, like a couple times it's worked, but give me something a bit more upbeat, give me something fun. It's a big action sequence, give me something a bit more, but the action sequence was fun, and I like it when Supergirl throws people around, and she was like throwing bikes at people and like lasering people. Like, she wasn't holding back on these guys, and I like that. A lot of superheroes, part of their characters they won't kill, or
she don't give a shit.
But because she's fighting sex trafficking paedophiles, essentially, she's just fine killing them, and I'm fine with that too. Like, go for it.
And I like that when they do get Krem down, how, again, it was hinted at the whole time, it was always going to be this, that she wasn't going to let Rufy do it, but then she doesn't leave him. She makes sure the job gets done. Yeah. But Rufy doesn't need to know. Or Rufy doesn't need to see it. Rufy doesn't need to be the one to do it.
Yeah, I like that, because then Rufy kind of knows that he's dead, but she wasn't the one to do it. But I don't know, because Krem is very evil in a certain way. I would have had no problem with Rufy killing him. Yeah. Because it's not like he's like a misunderstood villain. Like, this guy needs to go. Yeah. I wouldn't feel remorse killing him personally. If I was in this film, I would have gone differently. Yeah. But
there's also the effect of a child who hasn't got that on their conscience yet becoming a killer.
Yeah, she's innocent. She let her continue to have her innocence and let Kara bear this burden, I think, works quite well.
Yeah. Which I think she very much enjoys doing, and it's a gorgeous little moment when she finally does it.
Yeah, I was in cinemas with a smile that she killed him. Yeah. It's great, because he doesn't, like, Krem has this kind of moment where he's like, you're a good guy, you're not going to kill me, and she just fucking, like, stabs him. Yeah. It's great. It was a good moment, I will say.
And again, it just makes me more excited for Man of Tomorrow, because I want to see her and
Superman, how they do it differently.
I think that's going to... I hope she has a substantial role, because I feel like they're just going to be electric together.
Which is what I mean. I'm also interested to see, because I know Lex Luthor's quite prominent in Man of Tomorrow as well. Yeah. I'm interested to see how he deals with it as well, because he fucking hates Superman with a passion. I wonder how he feels about Supergirl. Does he have the same hatred?
I'm very curious.
Or is he a bit more chill with it? I think it'd be funny if he was a bit more chill with her, and he's just got this specific beef with this one guy.
We'll find out next July.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Hopefully there's bugs in it.
There probably won't be.
Brainiac's very, he's got a lot of tentacles. He's very tentacly.
Let's just fucking do it anyway.
Let's just do it anyway, I think. We can break our rules one time. Wink.
If I put a bug in the episode, like if I, in the recording of the podcast...
Because we're outside now, if there's a bug in our recording, does that count? Do you think? Are we your face is lighting up.
Is that
our
the loophole?
That's our loophole. There's a bug in our recording, so it's allowed.
If we eat bugs that we just find off the ground, we just start shoving them into our mouth.
Start eating crickets live on camera.
Like, have you ever seen like... What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a crab in a film. No, not in a film, just a video. A crab eating its children.
What are you watching on the internet, pal?
I don't...
Google crab eating children right
Anyway.
Back to the film.
Digress.
So after this, but Crypto gets cured, which is a lovely little scene. I do like Crypto. He's a lovely little doggy. I like all the flashback bits with Crypto as well, and we get a Crypto backstory as well as a Supergirl backstory. I will say, I going back to the flashbacks a bit, I really like when she lands on Earth and we see Superman. I love that bit. I love that scene. Corn Sweat's acting's great, and so is hers.
Yeah, I really like that moment when he's trying to speak to her.
And he just can't understand him. And that ends with her saying, "Is he in his underwear?" Fantastic bit of little bit of writing.
How does someone who doesn't know a word of a language and someone who doesn't know a word of the other person's language, how does she learn the language?
Well, I'm guessing because Superman's got his little robots. I reckon they can speak Kryptonian.
I was going to say, she's not young enough to be... Because, like, babies and toddlers, they can pick up stuff better.
Yeah, I reckon the robots can translate and help her out a bit. It's my little theory there.
Well, that's that mystery solved.
So, yeah, we get to the end of the film. Crypto's cured, everything's well, and basically... I like the kind of almost goodbye that happens between Rufy and Supergirl. Yeah. I was expecting it to be like, this has been an adventure, let's live our lives now. But yeah, they get a nice little friendship by the end, which I think's quite nice.
I like that. It feels like a big sister, little sister kind of thing.
And then Lobo's just fucked off to appear in something else. I hope he just appears randomly. I don't know if he needs his own thing.
Definitely reusing.
Let him just show up and fuck shit up and then fuck off again. I think that's I like it when comic book films do that, when they show up, do something, go off, because comics do that. Like, people always talk about cameos in comics, and I know they can be, like, very heavy-handed, but, like, go read, I'm going to say it again, go read a comic. People just show up sometimes. Yeah. Just because they have that, they can do that. They show up and they fuck off again. It's great.
I like that.
I like that. And then, and that brings us to the end of the film, and I think it's about time, that time of the episode, where we give the film
Legs.
Legs. So it's our very simple 1 to 100 rating, but we've got legs because we're a theme. 0 legs, hated it. 100 legs, loved it. Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So this film I saw it in cinemas. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I went to sit with my friend. We had a lovely time. It's nice to see a superhero like this. She felt very different. She felt very fun. I had a lot of fun watching the film. There were some great action sequences, some great characters. I think all the main cast gave good performances. The likes of Rufy and Krem, maybe not the most memorable, but still really good, really fun. I think the fun aspects capture the film. You know, there was a lot of sequences I really liked. The bus was my standout. I think I loved that whole sequence. I think that really, if you were going to watch any sequence of the film and only that sequence, the bus sequence is what I would pick to show people.
I would agree.
You get Seth Rogen as well. Fucking. But yeah, really good film. Not the most memorable superhero film by any means. Not my favourite, but I really enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. I would urge people to watch it and ignore none of the criticisms I saw were very good. They all kind of sucked. So I think go watch the film and make your own opinion of it.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's an hour and a half barely.
Yeah.
90 minutes. It's an easy watch. It's a fun watch. You'll have fun. Go watch it. I think my rating of this film would be, and actually written it down in my notes.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 65.
65? That's
not a bad film. Not the best superhero film. It is enjoyable. And that is it. And that is what you want. That's what I want. I wanted to enjoy it, and that's what I did. It's not the most memorable, not my favourite, but it's good. So 65, I think, solid for me.
That sounds fair. Yeah, similarly, I feel like as much as there are valid criticisms for the film, most of the criticisms I'm seeing are not those. A lot of them are people who probably went into it wanting to dislike it or didn't watch it at all because it's a woman as a protagonist of a superhero film. It's always the same. It's always the same thing. I would say I've got a very positive opinion of this film, but that is in no small part to just how fantastic Millie's in the lead role.
She is great.
And just the writing of the character and the performance of the character. Just some characters, it almost doesn't matter what the plot is around them because they're just so fun to follow. They're just so fun to watch, and that's what that was. Rufy I had mixed opinions on. She worked well as a function. Loba was fun. Krem was efficient, but really it's the world building, it's the characters in the world building, and it's Supergirl, and those are the things that in what is kind of like a, what did he call it, like a space western? Yeah,
I was going to say, it didn't feel like a superhero film. It felt like a fun, campy space romp, which I really enjoyed.
In those, what you want is you want the protagonist and the world around them to be fun to be in.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. The first time I watched this, because I watched it twice, I genuinely was just grinning ear to ear the entire film. I didn't get bored once. I hadn't slept very well, but I was like on it. And the whole time I was like, the mic was too low then. The whole time I was like, I was aware watching it, like, this is the kind of film that just scratches several itches in my head.
Your Doctor Who itch.
My
mainly.
Doctor Who itch. I love that train.
Screechy train.
And similarly to Doctor Who, a lot of people have lots of criticisms about it, but when the world is so great and the character you're following is so fun to follow, you can't help but have a good time. I think I'm going to give this film 75.
Nice one.
And I don't know if she'll get another solo film because of the response to this one. I hope she does.
Me too, yeah.
But even if she doesn't, I am thrilled to see her in the future of the DCU. And I think, again, perfect casting. Perfect casting.
Genuinely.
I can't imagine a performance that was better. I can't imagine any fictitious performance that would have done a better job at portraying this character. So, 75. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's good. Go watch this film. But
Go
for now,
watch it.
Buzz off just.
Buzz off.
No, you can't be saying that. And if you want more of us, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We don't use Twitter, actually. Should we stop plugging that? Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at ScreenBugs Podcast.
Fuck you, Elon Musk. Buzz off.
Buzz off.